Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Now, who's ready for some fighting words? In this video, I want to talk about the up-and-coming fight, since it has been ordered by the WBA, between Dmitry Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez. And this is a fight breakdown for Dmitry Bivol, and I will be doing a fight breakdown for Ramirez versus Bivol. But this video is all about Bivol. So without further ado, let's jump on into it. I think most of these Eastern European fighters, the first thing that you notice when you see them is the level of intelligence in the ring. And I think it's very prevalent, it's very obvious that they've got a lot of years training, sparring, and fights under their belt. You know, they're just so wise in the ring. They're so knowledgeable of every inch of that ring and where to be and when to be there and how to set the trap, how to get an opponent to react to whatever kind of feint or trap that they've set for them. And intelligence. Dmitry Bivol is just a very, very, very smart guy. Very intelligent guy in the ring. And he proves it time after time after time. The dude has every weapon you can think of. And he, depending on the opponent, he could use every weapon. And I mean everything, you know, of course, the straight punches. And sometimes he only uses straight punches. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, we saw a lot of straight punches. We didn't see too many wide punches or anything like that. Too many things coming from the side angles. It was a lot of straight punches. Mainly because Canelo, he throws a lot of hooks. And you can beat him to the punch if you just throw through for a straight line. So, but he's got those hooks. He's got those shovel hooks. He's got those uppercuts. He's got those things, you know, and he can double up on those things. I've seen him do it. So it's not that he doesn't have those things. Again, Dmitry Bivol, he reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he only fights up to his competition's potential. So if Floyd is fighting a 5, he's only going to fight at a level of 6, just to make it comfortable for him. You know, if he's fighting a 7, he's only going to go up to an 8. If you're a 10, then you'll just see a whole new level of Floyd Mayweather. Because he very seldomly would have to go to that place of championship heart, mind, and spirit with a lot of his opponents. But every once in a while, like the Cotto fight, Manuel Augustus fight, he had to go there. You know, he had to go to those places. The Maidana fight, the first one, he had to go to that place. But for the most part, since it's like, listen, if I don't have to go there, I'm not going there. If you're a 6, I'm just going to go to a 7. Just to make it comfortable for me. I could be at a 6 and make it competitive for you, but to make it comfortable for me, I'm going to go to a 7 and just breeze through this fight. And Dmitry Bivol is the same way. Because honestly, I've seen the Canelo fight at least 5 times now, and I am 100% sure he could have turned it up a notch if Canelo brought another dimension to the fight. But since he didn't, Bivol's like, listen, if this is all I need to win this fight, if this is all I need to breeze past you, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything else. And, you know, somebody might say, well, you're not giving it your all. No, it's not that. Why exert the energy when you don't have to? You know, like, seriously, why exert the energy when you don't have to? If I'm just beating you as is, I'm probably not going to get a knockout like this. But at the same time, I'm just going to breeze past the competition. I mean, all of Roy Jones's early fights were kind of the same way. He could have taken guys out, but instead he wanted to dance. He wanted to float around the ring. He wanted to show all these tricks that he learned in the gym. He wanted to be spontaneous. So he just kind of fought one level above his competition, cruised by, and made a lot of highlight reels in the process. Bivol's the same way. You're going to have to pull a dog out of Bivol if you want to see a dog. You're going to have to pull a technician out of Bivol if you want to see that. If he doesn't respect you like that, he's going to give you just what he needs to get by. He's not a demolition man unless you make him a demolition man. Of course, if we're talking about Bivol, what do we have to talk about? We got to talk about his footwork. This man moves in and out. He has this nice little hopping thing that he goes in and out. So now, a better boxer could pick up on that. But again, Bivol doesn't do that with everybody. That's what he would like to do, and that's part of his cadence. But if you pick up on it, he'll stop. Like, he'll just stop doing it. You know, that's one of those things where I think one of the things that separates an average fighter from a boxer is a boxer can adjust in the moment. You know, a boxer can evolve instantly and say, okay, well, this isn't working. I got to try something new, or I need to mix it up. I need to throw some more things in this gumbo pot. That's what a boxer does. And Bivol is a perfect boxer. Again, that IQ. And it's also going to be really hard for Ramirez to catch Bivol. You know, like, Bivol doesn't like to fight in a telephone booth. Bivol doesn't like to, he can, but again, if I don't have to, and his comfort zone is from distance. And he's got great legs. He knows how to move. You know, he's one of the rare people at his size, I feel, that knows how to move like that. Not many people have that spring. And I think it's a natural spring in his step. Where, I mean, obviously he works his footwork, but some people just naturally have that spring. Manny Pacquiao had the spring. It's just he would pop around and float around, and, you know, he would just jump. Tank has it a little bit, you know, so he's got the spring. He's very mobile in the ring, and he uses every foot of the ring. He's going to use it. So one of the things that's going to be really hard for Ramirez is Bivol doesn't like to put himself in harm's way. Again, if you notice, everything is going back in line from that original thing that I said, that IQ. But also, he's going to fight at his competition's level. But he's not the type of guy to put himself in harm's way. He's not the type of guy that's going to be like, oh man, I'm down a few rounds. I'm going to go for the glory in this round. No, because he's working every single round. Two, you know, he's getting his points. He has a consistent jab that he uses, and he doubles up a lot. And I commend him for doubling up on the jab. Not many people do it, but again, not everybody's a knockout artist. And if you're not a knockout artist, a good way to secure a win, if you're not a knockout artist, is a jab. You need to double up on the jab. The jab is going to save you. The jab can take you around the world twice. I mean, and Bivol has a great jab. He leads with the jab. He controls his man with the jab. He keeps his man busy with the jab. And there's always something behind the jab. So you just don't know what's coming next. So like I said, yeah, he could do straight punches like he was doing Canelo. Why? Because Canelo doesn't move. So if Canelo doesn't move, he's just going to throw those straight punches all day. And Canelo's shorter. So he just threw straight punches all day. It made sense. And, you know, but Bivol doesn't like to put himself in harm's way. And at some point, Ramirez is going to have to try to figure out how to make this fight a fight. Not a boxing match, a fight. He's going to have to try to figure that out. How do I lure Dmitry Bivol into an alley fight? You know, an all-out war. How do I get him in a position where he feels uncomfortable? And now he's going to have to step out of his comfort zone. He's going to have to stop boxing for a minute. He's going to have to plant his feet for a minute and engage me nonstop. How do I get him on the ropes? How do I keep him in the corner? What am I going to have to do to get him in an uncomfortable spot? Because, again, he's not going to put himself in harm's way. Even though, you know, he can have you hurt, he's a very cautious fighter. He's not sloppy. He's very precise with his punches. He's a very articulate fighter. I mean, that's the best way to put it. He's like a scholar in the ring. It's gonna be tough. He likes to fight from a distance, and you know it's gonna be tough again because Ramirez likes to fight from a distance, and you're already giving Bivol what he needs to operate. You know he has great footwork. You know he has that spring in his step. You know that he likes to fight from distance. You know he can operate even better from distance. You know if you give him a certain pace and cadence in a fight, he has time to operate, and he has time to calculate what he wants to do 2 rounds later, because that's the type of guy he is. He's like a big Lomachenko. You know, he's like a smaller Usyk. That's literally what he is. And you're going to have to figure that out. Ramirez is going to have to figure that out. He's going to have to figure out, how do I make this a street fight? Because in a boxing match, it's probably not going to go my way. Let's see. When I look at Ramirez and I compare him to Dmitry Bivol, Dmitry Bivol just has such a fluid flow of punches. It's almost as if it doesn't take anything out of him to throw a punch. Somebody who's just ba 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 ba. Like, it's just very fluid, as opposed to somebody who's thinking and then they throw. Bivol's very fluid. Everything is easy. It's easy. It's easy. And he also knows how to vary the impact of his punches. Not every punch needs to be potentially a knockout punch. He understands that. And he will change the impact of his punches to set off his guy, probably make him think, well, he doesn't hit that hard, or to make him think, well, that was a sloppy punch. And a guy like Ramirez could possibly take the bait. He is more of a rugged type of guy. He is more of a straightforward type of guy. He is more of a direct type of guy when it comes to the ring. So he could very well take the bait if Dmitry Bivol is setting him up with softer punches, which is another thing. Let's see. I have a lot of notes here. I think in order to make Ramirez uncomfortable, is the best thing for Dmitry Bivol in terms of a fight strategy would be to just make it a boxing match. Make it a boxing match. Make it a chess match. Because Ramirez, he is a boxer, but he's a fighter. He's more of a brawler at heart. But you have to, his brawling will only come out if there's if he can get his man in a certain position to where that brawling can come out. But if he can't, like, I feel like when you look at Ramirez, he boxes to get his guy in a place where he wants to fight. Now, with Bivol, you're talking about a guy who's, had like hundreds of boxing matches. There's nothing new under the sun when it comes to Bivol and what he's seen in the ring. Experience is definitely on his side. So what can Ramirez do to bring Bivol closer to him so he can get him in a compromising position? I don't know, honestly. The only thing he can do is go for broke and bone rush him. There's not much else he can do. Like I said, Bivol's seen everything. He's had hundreds of boxing matches. He's seen everything. There's nothing you can show him or present to him that Bivol's going to be like, well, that's new. I haven't seen that yet. No, he's seen everything. So what are you going to do? Your best shot, because Ramirez hits really hard, is to go for broke and test his own chin by going in against Bivol. And he's going to have to chase him down because Bivol has great footwork. But now you run that gauntlet because Bivol's going to fire off on you. He's going to tee off on you if you just run in on him, because Bivol can actually fight back, backing up. So he's going to tee off on you. You're going to eat a few coming in. But if you were to do that consistently round after round after round, I don't think that's going to work for you either, but, you could try it. I personally say if I were Ramirez, I would try Bivol out first round. First 2 rounds, I would, just blast him and just bum rush him, go straight at him. Because he hasn't warmed up yet, I would just try it and see how he reacts to it. Now, if he just kind of plants his feet, let's go, all day long, fine, we just set the tempo for this fight. Absolutely, I'll give you what you want. You want to do some toe-to-toe action? You got it. If he takes off, then it's going to be a very long night for Ramirez. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a very, very, very long night for Ramirez if he were to bum rush Bivol round one and Bivol takes off. I just think overall Bivol just needs to use his experience, his IQ. His footwork is as always, in all his matches, is going to play a huge role. That jab is also going to play a huge role. And basically, I think he's going to have to be the matador in this fight and control the bull. And I mean, in his last few fights, it's pretty much been that way. But that's overall my take on this fight. And that has been, well, that was my fight breakdown for Dmitry Bivol versus Ramirez. I will be doing a fight breakdown for Ramirez, so please be on the lookout for that. And as always, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. We're almost there. We got a goal to hit, so share the videos, get them out there, and thank you again for just all the support.